Great to see you as always. Maybe you can help me here with this Gage Grosskreutz fella. What's he up to? I mean, I think clearly he's got this civil suit out there. I think he's trying to really rehabilitate what he said for that, because nothing he says out of the courtroom is going to change the fact that he really sort of crushed the state's case.
Well, first of all that really matters is what he said in court on the witness stand, not what he told Anderson Cooper, because everything he told Anderson Cooper was unsworn, okay? So he could come in after the fact and change his version of events all he wants, but he is now stuck with the testimony that he gave. And when you contrast that with the narrative in the police reports and all the other evidence, he comes off as not being all that credible. The issue for the jury is going to be whether or not Kyle shot in self-defense. And by all accounts, didn't Grosskreutz have a gun? Wasn't he armed? If he was armed and Kyle was in reasonable fear of imminent bodily harm or death, the law affords him the privilege of self-defense. And I think a lot of this is going to hinge on whether or not the jury really believed Kyle. Now, on a personal level, I thought that kid was very credible when he testified. The media blew up afterwards. Instagram was making fun of him. They were, saying he's going to be on Dancing with the Stars after the trial. But, he tried to present at the scene, at the time of these events, as a very heroic, stoic kid, but in the end, he really is just a child of the universe. And I think he was trying to act more grown up than he really was at the time. And I think he truly was holding back tears and trying to stay a man on the stand. And it was very gripping testimony. You could see the mother in the gallery of the court feeling his pain because she knows genuine tears of her own son as opposed to a put on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing with you, but first of all, I think the prosecution made a number of points on cross that brought into question some of the things that he had to say. But overall, as an 18-year-old on the stand, I think he comported himself fairly well. Quickly, I want to talk about Arbery and what's been going on in that case. We're seeing some more testimony from a lot of officers involved in the case. We're also hearing testimony that somewhat supports the defense's theory that this neighborhood was up in arms about this guy who appeared a number of times, different times a day, in this house. The fact remains that they dumped upon him all the different crimes that were going on in the neighborhood. But we see these conversations with police officers. We see what's in their mind. How do you think the state's case is going in Ahmaud Arbery's case?
I actually think it's a pretty strong case. I think the one co-defendant, what's his name, Robbie Bryan, probably has the strongest case. I don't believe for 1 minute that he was a party to the underlying felonies to give rise to a felony murder prosecution. At most, he was trying to help the other co-defendants lawfully restrain Ahmaud Arbery based upon probable cause to believe that he either committed an aggravated trespass on that home or that construction site or a residential burglary. I don't think anybody would have ever anticipated, just being the one behind the wheel, that a murder was going to occur. And to hold him liable as an aider and abettor under a felony murder rule, I think would be unjust on these facts.
A lot of folks agree with you, Philip, but we'll have to see what this jury thinks. All right. And I want to get deeper into that with you as we move along in this hour. So stand by. Coming up.